Yo, what's good everyone? It's your boy KZ43. So I'm sure everyone has already seen the patch notes for this update, but I'll put them on screen right now. Basically, the main problem I have with this is the consistency. Some spells are in a great spot, some spells are just so whack, it's crazy. So I'm gonna just hop right into my ideas. So I think that the spells that are good are some of the 5-pip ones. I think Hungry Caterpillar is great. It does like a good bit of damage, it puts on a 800 absorb, it's great. I also think Abominable Weaver is really balanced right now. I can't believe I'm saying that, but the damage on it seems just right. Maybe a little bit low, but just right. And the Tower Shield, that's the thing that a lot of people have wanted because the minus 75, it's a little crazy. I also think FFA is balanced right now, but I think if they wanted to make it a little bit better and a little bit differentiable from Brim, what they should do is have 2 traps, but 20%. So those are the spells I think that are good. Some of the other spells I don't think are good is Glow Bugs. So the problem with Glow Bugs is that they nerfed the Enfeeble too much and the damage too much. It's just too nerfed, that's really it. What they should do is make the damage increase by about 100. I say about 100. And I think it should be 2 blades, because right now it's literally just catch of the day, but like, not catch of the day. I should say as a disclaimer that I do PvP, and I don't really care about how these affect PvE. I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, it makes, questing so much harder, but like, in reality, it doesn't matter to me at all. I'll just quest regardless. Moving on to the next one. My baby. It's gone. Gaze of Fate is absolutely cancelled. 250 ahead. This is less than half the damage. It's insane. To be fair, Gaze of Fate was absolutely broken before, but this is too much. I think that this should either be a triple hit like Chimera, it should do about 225 and then 3 hits, or this should just be more damage, 300 to 350. I think 325 is a good number, honestly. Alright, I'm over on the death. So Call of Cthulhu, this is basically the staple of death, and it's gone. So let's see how much it does with an enchant, because drains already do so little with an enchant. It's crazy how 750, that's insane. This is doing that compared to an unenchanted Dr. Vaughn's. That's crazy. That's with no enchant. And I'm not even sure if the problem here is actually with the damage on Krulu, or if the problem is with how weak drains are in general. Like, drains do very little damage and heal for even less. Like, they're so weak. So I'm not even sure if upping the damage is actually going to fix it, or if it's just going to make it like more of a problem. And I would really like to see drains do this. This is the perfect fix to drains, except they shouldn't be behind a paywall. Drains should just do more or heal more. It's got to be one or the other. I mean, it's incredible how weak they are. And the final one, the one that Myth Wizards are not going to be happy about, is the Mystic Colossus. I actually really like the idea for this. The problem is that it's just too weak. If you use this in 1v1, it's weaker than an Orthoris. And that's what this would be used for. You use it when you want to hit around a shield. So it would be literally weaker than an Orthoris, which is 2 pips more, which is actually crazy. And the implementations for farming, it's going to be really hard to farm on a myth right now. If I'm in a dungeon and a myth is in queue, I'm literally just leaving. What I think they should do this is, they should really either make it more utility based, so it pierces and then hits and then maybe shatters or removes another shield or removes a blade, or it should just do more damage. And I think more damage is what everyone wants. I think the damage should go up about 100, maybe 150 if they feel like it. Moving on to the 6-pip hits, I don't know what they're thinking. Winged Sorrow is the best shad spell in the game as of right now. It's crazy. This spell does like as much as Rasulka. Another one that blows my mind that isn't being nerfed is Witch's House Call. So these spells just do too much damage. It's just 1k for 6 pips, and utility doesn't make sense. If you compare these to the 5-pip spells, for 1 extra pip, they do so much more. Moving on to Wings of Fate, this is a spell that people have been asking for a buff for the longest time. I think what they really should do is actually increase the heal on it. It would be more useful in 1v1 if there was a better heal on it, because there's no real reason to use it right now except to get rid of shields. And if you're using it in farming or whatever, or 4v4 PvP, like the extra heal would actually mean a lot more, and life doesn't really have a healing shadow hit. So that's my solution. I don't really know what the numbers should look like there for that, but I definitely think the heal should be increased. So it looks like they're not going to be touching Nested Fury, which is interesting to me, that it's not being nerfed. I mean, it doesn't really need a nerf, but with everything being changed, it seems kind of weird that this isn't. I'm actually glad they're not nerfing it, because all I really care about is 1v1 PvP, and it's not really going to have much of an impact. Although it's actually funny because it does so much more than gaze now. And it's still useful for farming, so I think that's in a good spot. Moving on to Raging Bull, so people are confused that they nerfed it, but it actually makes sense because if you compare it to Glowbugs, it's like borderline better than Glowbugs, because the Mantle's probably better than the Enfeeble if you're farming or if you're doing PvP, so I think it's actually really good. For 1 pip extra, it does more damage, I think, so it's actually pretty good. They did nerf the damage on Rusalka. It's basically doing as much as the old Iron Sultan. I think that's a perfect spot for Rusalka. It's still going to be a really powerful hit, but it's not going to be anything like a Storm Owl. So I think the schools that are winning from this update is definitely Death, because Wing Sorrow is great. Krulu was pretty broken before. Like, if you're playing against 4 people and you use this, you're healing to full health. It's actually crazy. But Wing Sorrow is going to be one of the best shadow hits in the game. I think Myth is going to be really good. Witch's House Call is a pretty strong spell, and it still summons that minion, which is great. I feel like Fire, Ice, and Life are in really good spots with their shad hits. I don't think they're broken at all. I mean, obviously they're nerfed, but like, it's not going to be like Balance. Balance got completely screwed over. Gaze is trash. Nested Fury is not really a 1v1 spell, so Gaze is really all you have in 1v1. I don't know what balance wizards are going to do if they don't change anything. You might just want to delete your wizard. I'm sorry. I don't think Storm got negatively affected or positively affected. I mean, Rusalka just got scaled down with the other things. Storm obviously got screwed over with the Glowbugs, but I feel like it'll be buffed in the next little update in the test realm, so I wouldn't really be too worried. So I know I didn't talk about the 4-pip shads, and that's because I'm assuming they're getting nerfed. If they don't nerf the 4-pip shads, I don't know what's gonna happen, but they literally have to. There's no possible way they don't nerf these shads. So there's nothing really to compare these two now. I would say that this should do about 700 damage, maybe 750 damage. I think 750 damage is a good spot. I also heard from one person saying that they're gonna make shad hits no crits. If someone can let me know if that's like true or not, that'd be cool. Also, let me know down in the comments what you think of all this. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, some schools really just got screwed over, some schools didn't. One of the big conversations right now is, should they separate shadow spells in PvE and PvP? I mean, that seems like a great solution, but I just don't think it would feel right with this game, because when you go into PvP, it should feel like you're doing PvE, but the boss you're playing is another player. That's how I think PvP should feel like, and that's kind of what the devs want. It just doesn't work like that when bosses have 100k health and you have 7k. That's all I got for this video, guys. It's been your boy KZ43. Like I said, leave a comment on your opinions. Am I just spitting facts, or are you just like, yo, KZ, what are you talking about? So seriously, let me know what you think. I'll be reading all the comments as usual. It's been your boy, signing off. See you.